Let's call out some Sean Feucht bullshit. Let's watch a video and then we're going to talk.
So I'm here in downtown Waco, Texas. This is the church behind me. You can see was vandalized last night. Jesus wore a dress, #pride. People are walking into church with their families. And I mean, guys, this is insane. This is America in 2024, where there is toleration by city officials for vandalism on churches. And it should not be that way. So let's see what Waco, the city of Waco, and the state of Texas do in a situation like this. They need to do the right thing, find these people, prosecute them, not allow this to continue.
Yeah, I can't even begin to tell you how much I dislike Sean Feucht. Not only because he's a hypocrite, he is so disingenuous. He pretends like he cares about buildings. But yeah, these are the people that showed up on January 6th at the Capitol to, didn't they like smear their feces on the wall and put pipe bombs and things? Yeah, he has no problem with what happened on January 6th, but a church gets a little paint on it and he loses his mind. Literally, you can paint over that tiny bit of writing. These are people that will cheer whenever statues are destroyed that they don't like. Recently, they had an evangelical that destroyed a Baphomet statue, and they all cheered and they celebrated it. But yet, if something of theirs gets tarnished, even in the slightest way, they literally lose their minds. These are the people that also celebrated when the Georgia Guidestones were blown up by another religious zealot extremist. But yet whenever something happens to their churches, they pretend like they are so persecuted. Sean Feucht was silent whenever the gay nightclub was shot up by a religious extremist. Sean Feucht is silent whenever trans kids get beaten up in restrooms. Sean Feucht does not care about human beings. He cares about the exterior surface of a church. He cares about a little paint on a church, but he does not care about LGBTQ lives. He does not care about any life that is liberal, immigrant, LGBTQ, or anyone for that matter that is not a white Christian Trump supporter. Evangelicals are constantly waging war on everything. They always talk about, they always talk in these, they use violent language about how they're waging war on people and they're waging war on this and waging war on that. But if one of their buildings gets, the thing about war, Sean, is sometimes you're going to get a little pushback. Sometimes things are going to get destroyed in a war. The irony is you're perfectly okay with people getting destroyed and you're willing to prosecute. He's wanting to destroy someone's life over a little bit of spray paint. This man has no grace. He has no mercy. He literally wants to destroy someone's life because he was offended at the phrase, Jesus wore a dress. Like I said, that damage to that church was so minimal. Sean Feucht could take the millions of dollars that he has grifted from people and literally go get a can of paint and paint over what was painted. But instead, he wants to pretend like the American church is so persecuted. The American church is the most privileged group in America. These are the people wanting to take over the government. These are the people waging war against anyone that is not them. These are the people trying to take away every right that women have. Today I posted a video where there's an evangelical pastor talking about taking away women's voting rights. But Sean isn't going to speak up on that because he doesn't care about people. He cares about things. And then on his original post on Facebook, he had the audacity to call LGBTQ people a cult. Let's talk about what a cult is, Sean. A cult is evangelicalism. They hate anyone that does not love like them, vote like them. They hate anyone who is not who does not bow down to their orange messiah. That's a cult. LGBTQ people just want to live their lives without feeling like they're constantly in a war, which is what people like Sean make them feel like. People like Sean are actively trying to take away the rights of LGBTQ people to get married, to live life peacefully. They're trying to ban any book that has a same-sex couple, and yet he pretends like he's the one persecuted because of a little paint on the side of a church. These people are the whiniest people in America. They whine, they whine, they whine. Buck up, Sean. Go, if you don't like the phrase, go get some paint and cover it up and stop your whining. But I think it's great. I love the phrase Jesus wore a dress, #pride. Jesus also had long hair. So, and the founding fathers that wore makeup. So, fuck off, Sean. And TikTok, I'm sharing all this for educational and informational purposes to document the political and religious climate in this country and their hypocrisy.